Hello and welcome. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to download and install Visual Studio Code, and then we'll create our first React web application. So first thing you want to do is head over to your browser and open it up. And then you want to type in Visual Studio Code download and hit enter. Alright, now you want to download from the code.visualstudio.com website. It's the first result for me, so I'm going to click on that. And now you're on the download Visual Studio Code page where you can download installations for Windows, Linux, and Mac. So I'm going to click on the Windows option. And the installer has finished downloading, so we're going to left click on it. Alright, the installer has now started. We can close out our web page, scroll through the license agreement page, and then click I accept the agreement and click next. Now you can choose your install location. By default, it will install 2 programs into a Microsoft Visual Studio Code folder. If you'd like to change that, you can hit the browse button. And then also at the bottom, you just want to make sure you have enough space on your drive to fit the application, and then click next. Select Start Menu folder. This is to install a shortcut into the Start Menu folder. That's fine. Click next. If you want to create a desktop icon with this installation, you can put a checkbox here and click next. Okay, now everything's ready to install. All you have to do is click the install button.
1 hour later.
The install for Visual Studio Code has finished. We can launch Visual Studio Code after finishing automatically. Okay, now Visual Studio Code is launching for the first time. Let's create a React web application now. We're going to maximize our page, and we're going to go to the top and choose terminal. We want to type npx create React app. This is the command that you use to create a React application. And then after this command, you want to type in the name of your project. So I'm going to name mine Test YouTube. Make sure not to put any capital letters in the name of your project, otherwise you'll run into errors. Once you have typed in your project name, just hit enter. Okay, and we got an error. So most likely this is because we do not have NPM installed. Let's check and see if we do. We can type in nodejs. This is to check our version of Node that's currently installed onto our machines. You want to hit enter. Okay, Node is not recognized. Alright, let's open up a command prompt, and we're going to type in node-v. Alright, so Node is not installed. We have to go install that now. So close out your command prompt, close down your Visual Studio Code, and you want to head back to your browser. Now you want to type in nodejs download and hit enter. And you want to download Node.js from nodejs.org. Choose your installer for your machine, either Windows, Mac, or just get the source code. I'm going to choose Windows. Now the installer has finished downloading. Let's left click on it. The installer has started, so we're going to close out our browser and just click next. Agree to the license and terms and click next. Okay, confirm your installation path, program files, Node.js, If you like, you can change it. In most cases, you don't need to, so click next. Now review the icons in the tree below. So the defaults are usually fine. Just click next. This is pretty important. If you want NPM to be installed, you need to put a checkbox here to install Chocolatey, which is the Node Packet Manager, or NPM, and click next. And we're ready to install. Let's click the install button. User account control, click yes.
2 hours later.
Node.js has been successfully installed now. Click finish. Since you have clicked the option to install Chocolatey, the Node Packet Manager, that window pops up afterwards, and it's called Install Additional Tools for Node.js. This is the Chocolatey install. You just want to confirm by hitting any key to continue. Okay, user account control, click yes. Alright, as you can see, this is the Chocolatey install. This will actually take a little while.
3 hours later.
Okay, it seems like Chocolatey takes forever to install, but in reality it probably only took about 10 minutes. Now we can go to our command prompt, open up a command prompt. As you can see, we now have Node version 18.1.15.0, so that's great. We should be able to create our React web application now. So close out your command prompt, and just in case the installer is still doing stuff, we'll leave that minimized and open up Visual Studio Code again. I'm going to minimize this so I can create a new folder for our brand new React application. I'll create a folder on my desktop and I'll name it React, and I'll drag and drop my folder into Visual Studio Code. Alright, do you trust the authors of the files in this folder? Just click yes, trust the authors. Okay, and now let's open up a terminal again. As you can see, we're now into the React folder that I just created, and let's attempt to create our React web application again. So we're going to type npx create React app, and we're going to call it test1 and hit enter. Okay, and Visual Studio Code is telling us that we need to install the following packages. Create React apps. We're going to type Y to proceed. This is actually happening because we have never created a React application before. And when we give it the command npx, it also looks for the packages that need to be installed for whatever command you give the terminal. So upon executing npx create React app, Visual Studio found that we were missing some packages, which was one of the most important packages called create React app. Okay, click Y to proceed and hit enter. Now our application is building.
Later that night.
Okay, and our React application has been successfully created. Now let's try running it. We want to type in npm start and hit enter. Alright, we got an error. Why did we get this error? So I actually know what this error is. We cannot start our React application because we're not actually inside of the app that we just created. In order to get inside our new project, we want to type cd, so change directory, to test1, which is the name of our new project, and hit enter. Alright, now you can see the file path. We're in the React folder that we made on our desktop, and we're in test1, which is the new project that we created. Now we should be able to run our React application. So type in npm start and hit enter. Okay, just allow the node.js JavaScript runtime to run. So we want to allow access. And our browser has automatically opened. It's going to localhost 3000, and our React application has finished loading in the browser. As you can see, we have a little icon, and there's some sample text, and there's a link. We can learn more about React. So this is our project. Now let's close out our browser and take a look at what the React application actually created. In the Explorer, we can look at our new React app. We can expand test one, and we can see the node modules. We can see the public files, and we can see the source files. And these are the files that Create React app generates for you. So this is the basic template for the React application, and then you can start to build your own project on top of this. Thank you for watching. Please remember to comment below, rate this video, and subscribe for more content.